in section 9.3, solving quadratic equations using square roots. So we're still solving our quadratics, but now some of them are not going to factor nicely. So square roots is going to allow us to solve a couple more. All right, so step 1, isolate the x squared term by using inverse operations. So addition and subtraction go together, multiplication and division go together. That's step 1. Step 2, take the square root of both sides. Be sure to include the plus and minus sign when we take the square root, because there are two answers, the positive and negative square root. Now if the square root is a negative number, there's no real solution. All right, so step 1, we got to get that x squared by itself. So I currently see x squared plus 5, so I better subtract 5 from both sides. So x squared equals 49. All right, step 2, take the square root of both sides. So I'm going to show that I'm taking the square root, because on the left side, square and square root cancel out, so I'm just left with x. Now remember, take that plus minus sign, don't forget it. All right, so plus minus, oops, that's a funny plus minus, let's fix that. The square root of 49 is 7, so you are done. Plus or minus 7, that's the same as saying 7 or negative 7. Okay, next example. So again, step 1, get the squared term by itself. So I have minus 11, I better add 11 to both sides. So 2x squared equals 32. Still need the x squared by itself. It says 2 times x squared, so I'll divide by 2. X squared equals 16. All right, I've successfully gotten the x squared term isolated, so now I can take the square root of both sides. That cancels, x equals, don't forget my plus minus, so I have plus or minus, and the square root of 16 is 4. All right, example 3. All right, so example 3, get the x squared term by itself. I better add 9. X squared equals 30. The squared term is isolated. Now I can take the square root of both sides. X equals, don't forget my plus minus. Now square root 30 doesn't simplify, so you are good right there, square root 30. If I were to make a factor tree for 30, it would be 2 times 15, 3 times 5. But I don't have any pairs, so there's no way to simplify it. All right, example 4. Again, get the x squared by itself. Subtract 30. 5x squared equals negative 10. Still trying to get x squared by itself, so that's multiply, I better divide. So x squared equals negative 2. All right, x squared is isolated, I take the square root. X equals, wait a minute, I'm taking the square root of a negative number. That means there's no real solution. We do not take the square root of a negative number. When you get to algebra 2 and we start talking about imaginary numbers, then we can go back and give that as an answer. All right, example 5, last one. So step 1, isolate the x squared. Get the x squared by itself. Add 4. Divide by 4. X squared equals 8. Take the square root of both sides. Okay, plus or minus. Now, square root 8 let's see, if I make a factor tree for 8, 2 times 4, 2 times 2. All right, let's see, I got a pair of 2's, so that comes out front, 2 square root 2. So there we go. X equals plus or minus 2 square root 2. And we're done.